The lanterns whisper in the autumn of 1843. The village of Holomere sat, nestled in a fog-choked valley, its cobblestone streets winding like veins through rows of sagging cottages. The villagers spoke in hushed tones of the old lighthouse on the cliffs, abandoned since the shipwreck that claimed its keeper, Elias Crow, 20 years prior. To this, they said his lantern still flickered on moonless nights, casting an eerie glow across the moors, beckoning the unwary. Most dismissed it as folklore, but no one dared approach the crumbling tower after dusk. Clara Wren, a young schoolteacher newly arrived from London, was not one for superstition. She found the villagers' tales quaint, their warnings about the lighthouse amusing, seeking solitude to mourn a broken engagement. She had taken a post in renting a small room above the baker's shop. Her skepticism, however, was tested when she first saw the light effect, pulsing glow from the cliffs, visible from her window on a night when the moon was swallowed by clouds. Curiosity narrowed her. The villagers' stories varied. Some claimed Elias's ghost searched for his lost daughter who had drowned in the wreck. Others swore he cursed any who neared his lantern. Clara, ever practical, suspected a prank or a natural phenomenon. Who? She resolved to investigate, armed with nothing but a shawl, a candle, and her stubborn resolve. The path to the lighthouse was treacherous, winding through gnarled trees and slick rocks. The air grew colder as she climbed, the wind carrying a low moan that seemed to rise from the earth itself. Her candle flickered, casting shadows that danced like spectres on the path. When she reached the lighthouse, its iron door hung ajar, creaking on rusted hinges. The air inside was damp, thick with a scent of salt and decay. Clara stepped into the circular chamber, her candle illuminating a spiral staircase that twisted upward into darkness. Cobwebs draped the walls like funeral shrouds, and the floor was littered with broken glass and splintered wood. She called out, her voice echoing unanswered. Steeling herself, she began to climb, each step groaning under her weight. At the top, the lantern room was a ruin, shuttered windows letting gusts of wind that howled through the space. In the center stood the lantern, its glass cracked but intact, emitting a pale, unnatural light that pulsed like a heartbeat. Clara's breath caught. No oil, no wick, yet it burned. She reached out, her fingers trembling, and the light flared, blinding her. A voice whispered her name not from the room, but from inside her skull. Clara. It was soft, mournful, neither male nor female. She stumbled back, her candle falling, its flame snuffed out. The lantern's glow intensified, and in its light she saw a figure, a girl, no older than 10, in a sodden dress, her eyes hollow and black. Water dripped from her, pooling on the floor, though the room was dry. "You came," the girl said, her voice overlapping with a whisper in Clara's mind. "He said you would." "Who?" Clara's voice trembled. "Elias B." The girl tilted her head, as if listening to something Clara couldn't hear. "He's sorry. He didn't mean to leave me. B. The sea took us both." Her form flickered like a reflection in disturbed water. "He wants you to stay." Clara's heart pounded. I'm not staying. She backed toward the stairs, but the air grew heavy, pressing against her chest. The lantern's light pulsed faster, and the girl's form multiplied shadows of her splitting, surrounding Clara, their hollow eyes fixed on her. You can't leave, they whispered in unison. The light needs a keeper. Clara ran, her boots slipping on the stairs as the whispers chased her, growing louder, angrier. The door slammed shut behind her. As she burst into the night, the wind howled, as if in pursuit. She didn't stop until she reached the village, collapsing in her room, her breath ragged. The next morning, the villagers found her story mad, her hair streaked with white. They urged her to leave Hollowmere, but Clara refused, drawn back to the cliffs each night. She never spoke of what she saw, but the villagers noticed a change. Her eyes grew distant, her steps slow, as if she carried a weight no one could see. On the last night of autumn, Clara vanished. The lighthouse glowed brighter than ever, its light visible for miles. The villagers never searched for her. They knew where she'd gone. To this day, on moonless nights, two figures are seen in the lanterns, glow a man and a woman, pray standing watch. Their whispers carried on the wind, calling for the next keeper to claim the light.